from me and it is reaching to your bank and bank only processing it. Okay, you may say that, but there are many transactions happen between two banks of settlement, loan transfer, and they have less amount of money they can borrow from other bank, or they want to do reconciliation at the end of the day. For that purpose, bank has to transfer, and this amount is not small like lakhs or 2 lakhs or 10 lakh. It will be thousands of lakhs and thousands of crores sending from each bank to each other. So that getting settled here, that getting reconciled here. Okay, for that purpose. Okay, and for learning purpose we will see the small amounts, but it is also a huge amount between two banks. Okay, so banks follow two process. One is for your customer credit transfer, means you are transferring money from your account, it is moving from one bank to another bank. And at the same time, maybe bank to bank want to settle their currencies, their current account, that time they send each other payment. Okay, based on that, there are n number of messages are there. Okay, I will just read out some messages, but our main concentration is maybe around only these messages: MT200 or MT202 or MT202 cover. These are the important message which is widely used in all the transactions, all the things. Okay, these are widely used. So what quickly we see, and one more thing. So there are so many messages here. Can you see it here? 200, 204, 5, 6, 7 queries and all this. There are so many messages. Okay, so for our understanding, we'll go through one by one. For MT200 message, which is financial institution transfer for its own account, means you are transferring to your own account. Request the movement of the sender funds to its account to another financial institution. Okay, means he is sending the payment from his own account to his another account. Simple. Request the movement of the sender's fund to its uh, to its account at another financial institution, means the person remains same. Take it like that you are transferring money from your HDFC bank to your ICICI bank, like that, from one bank account to other bank account, but both are you only that's a simple thing. Then next is multiple financial institution transfer to an account, means now you are only transferring one single payment, but it can have multiple messages inside that one. Okay, that just now I explained to Shruti as well, right? That's the same thing. So same thing here as well, you are transferring to multiple payment. Third one is general financial institution transfer. Request the movement of fund between financial institution, means now these are different banks, except if the transfer is related to an underlying customer credit transfer that was sent with our method, in which case the MT202 must be used. Don't get confused. Just simple. It is transfer between two financial institution. That's it. Okay. What is MT202? What is MT202 and 202 cover? We are going to see in detail. And take my words. There is always one question here by, I mean to say, always this is a part of discussion. You're checking understanding whenever you are giving a discussion to someone, or when someone want to check your understanding, that time definitely this question asks or this concept need to be explained by you, that can you explain me MT202 cover of a bank, MT202 cover payment of a bank, that thing. So we are going to see that also today in detail how that is working. So that's also here. And next one is MT203, multiple general financial institution transfer, multiple MT202. So I don't want to take it further now. These things very rare to us, very rare to understand. If you understand these four messages, this is enough for now. Okay, even being honest with you, I haven't touched with any messages till now. Not this as well till now, not as well, and no, not. I not work on any messages like MT103. Okay, so what we will do, we'll start with our first message, which is MT200, which is our scope now. The message is we just now discussed accounting servicing. All parties identified in the message must be financial institution. Means the sender bank, the receiver bank, the sender person, receiver person, all should be a bank only. Okay, must be example is given here somewhere. Why example is not given here? MT20200. Okay, see here, message type is 200. Your receiver is Avenue Amro Bank. Your transaction reference number, which is unique. Your current date and time, and account with institution is 57A. Means 57A means your receiver bank. IBAN, this is sender IBAN. That's it. Only two parties are involved here. There is no name or anything involved in here. Only what exactly, as per the language of transformation, it says that it is transferring from one bank to another bank. That's it. MT200. One bank to another bank. That's it. And this 910 and 950 are the at the end of the day there is a receiver MT statement or confirmation of message. So that one we're going to see later, this one. But currently this is MT200 from UBS Zurich Bank. It is transferring to the via the middle bank, means Abhinay Amro is the clearing agency here, and 57 is in ING Amsterdam. It is receiving bank here. So here also you are sending bank and you are receiving bank ING in Amsterdam. Okay. So same thing is mentioned here. We'll just see here, write it down also for a quick reference. So this is your sender bank. Okay, I will add later on. I don't want to waste time now. This example, I have to type it very clearly. Okay, but timing, this is the flow. Okay, and what are the fields are involved in it? Tag 20, transaction reference number, then validate currency code, senders correspondence, means if senders correspondence involved here is not mentioned 53B, but if sender is mentioned correspondence, then senders correspondent 56, and this is optional by the way. These fields are optional, not mandatory. Only mandatory is that 57A means receiver institution, receiver bank is IBAN, and sender to receive information in field 72. Okay, so one thing you have to observe here, this field remains, this tag remains same in all the messages, their name is remains same, either use it. Okay, that's one thing which I told you earlier. So these fields are remain same throughout the messages. Now quickly I will like to go through it. This is okay, I don't want to explain it now, this is not required because this is only text, already explain you this one. Network validated rules, this is also mentioned here. The beneficiary of transfer is always sender. The beneficiary of this transfer is always sender. Your sender is sending payment because your sender is having bank account with another bank. So always sender is your beneficiary here in both the case. The receiver and the account with institution normally in the same country. Okay, it's mentioned that both should have in the same country, normally in same country. Okay, that's the usage guideline. I don't want to go in again in detail what exactly mentioned here, but this is the usage rule which is also mentioned. And just now we have discussed the field specification. These are the field specification 32A, 33B, 33B. What is the significance of that? Okay, and just now we saw one example here of MT200. So this is the MT200 account to account transfer with a different bank with the same person. Okay, so this is MT200. Now MT202. And again, which we have just discussed sometime before, means is only multiple transfer. Okay, this is single transfer, this is multiple transfer, means multiple account is involved in here. Okay, that's it. But our important message will start now. MT200. What is scope of MT200? The message type is sent by an account owner to one of its account servicing institution. All the parties identified in the message must be financial institution. Means your payment is sending from one account to another account, and it should be a bank only. Okay, it is used to request the movement of fund from account that the receiver services for sender to account that sender has in the same currency with a normal financial institution. Normally what he is saying that whatever you are sending in the same country. Again, this is almost the same case, but here is saying that message type is sent from, oh, we again seeing 200 only. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. We should have explained 200. That's something why I'm repeating same thing again. Okay, and nobody has stopped me as well. Guys, you are also not flowing with me. All three of you. I'm just asking question. I have explaining the same thing again and again. Nobody stopped me that I'm explaining same thing again. Anyway, this is MT202 we are going to see now. The message is sent by or on the hop of ordering institution directly or through correspondence to the financial institution of the beneficiary institution. All the parties in the message must be financial institution. That is already we saw the same text again repeated. It is used to order the movement of fund to beneficiary institution. Correct. This message also be financial institution serving multiple accounts for the sender to transfer fund between this account. In addition to it can be sent financial institution on debit account of a sender service by the receiver and credit account owned by the sender institution. Okay. So here what we are doing here not only we are sending money inside the country, but we are sending outside the country. In 200 we have saw same currency always. Okay, here the main difference is that in MT202 we are sending payment from one bank to another bank which may lie outside the country. That's why this CBPR, this sorry not CBPR, this correspondence concept which is highlighting here are coming into the picture. Okay, that's why. So when I say what is the meaning of this, is meaning the message is sent by or on the ordering institution directly or through correspondence to the financial institution of the beneficiary institution. Okay, so your message is sent directly or indirectly through a correspondence. And when we are using correspondence, when we don't have relationship between the other country that time. So this is a simple example of this. Okay, it's mentioned also here that the message is also be sent to a financial institution serving multiple account for the sender transfer fund. Okay, different country. So what are the example? What is the field validation of this? Okay, quickly see what is the network rule of this now. I haven't see that one. Format specification we will see later. Network rule. If field 56A is present, then field 57 must also be present. Logical, right? 56A is intermediary agent. Okay, if 56A is present, then field 57 must also be present. Then what is your account with institution? They are saying that if intermediary is present, then this bank should be present, receiver bank with account. Okay, that's one of the rule is here mentioning. You don't have to remember all these rules, but whenever you are doing a job of a BA, right, that time you can write a user story for this one. For example, if you got work of like to see normally now this kind of validation of these rules and regulation client will give specifically. You don't have to come back and see your PDFs of this all these swift guidelines. Okay, because bank to bank some rules may differ as per their validation part, and bank tweak the rules for their self. Okay, so these things, but at that time you can, for example, if this case is getting failed, for example, and you are not it accepting. Okay, though you are putting, you are not give 56, say 57 is getting generated, So that time maybe you can discuss with client or your who is given you requirement that this rule is failing here, so we have to adhere the Swift guidelines rules as well. Okay, network rules. So that time it will give added advantage for you that okay, you know these things in a detailed way, so it's kind of appreciation for you that time. But normally all the rules and regulations are given by client, that only we have to follow. Okay, that's thing. Next one is usage rule. Okay, so whenever you are now discussing with anyone in your project, you have to discuss network validated rules and usage rules. Okay, both rules are from the Swift side, they are not from your bank side. I am repeating again, these rule are the network rule or usage rule for the Swift side, means it is not hard and fast. This rule should be there in your bank side. Bank will have another sets of rules separate. Okay, see, that's why I'm repeating once again, these are the usage rule. So I will take one more rule here for understanding. The transfer of fund between the ordering institution and beneficiary account is always related to another transaction. The field 21 must be the transaction. Okay, 21 reference number. We always saw that 21 is the reference number. And one more thing I will tell you now before we move ahead. This transaction reference number become your related reference number in field 21 when you're converting from MT103 to 202. We will must have that use case that time, not now. It is not now, but I will come back to you when this use case is there. Now what is one more rule is here, if the sender wishes to insert receiver debt account and receiver account, 58 must be, already we have discussed, if 57 is there, 58 must be there, must contain number, account number, credit account. Okay, so don't go with again in detail way of that. Those are the field values of this one, and this is example of this. We'll see now the length. Transaction reference number, this one mandatory. A related reference number, again inside the bank only, is also mandatory. 13C is optional. Time indicator. 32A, okay, 13C is newly introduced in this field now, we haven't seen it before. 32A, same date, currency, code, amount. 52A, that is ordering institution. 53A, senders correspondence, means if you don't have a direct relationship, the correspondence are there. And how the correspondence look like, we saw it. Okay, yeah, here bank B and bank C are correspondence. For example, bank A's correspondence is bank B, and bank D's correspondence is bank C. Okay, so like that they have settled their payment through in same currency. B and C settle the payment in their native currency. That's why this correspondence here. Okay, then account with institution means your receiver bank and big an account. Okay, account with institution is optional here, but beneficiary institution is required here, means your BIC is required of that bank 58A, and sender to receiver information, that is common. So what we saw here, only 4 fields are mandatory: transaction reference number, related number. Okay, and this 21 field related reference number will come from MT103. So this is getting mapped from your MT103 and it is mapped here. Okay, we'll see now an example which is I also taken from there only. Bank B, it is sending payment from bank GB. Okay, now forget this MT300 series, we are not working on MT300. Okay, and nobody, even I have not discussed with anyone or saw anywhere this is MT300 series, only MT200 series we are going to see. So bank A, bank bank GB12 is sending payment to bank JPJT. Okay, and it is also sending from bank JPJT to Central Bank of Japan. Same MT202 message here. Okay, in CLS Bank. So on January, let's open the bigger example for understanding here. On January 5, a CLS settlement member, that is this one, clearing and settlement bank GB2L, receives an instruction from CLS bank, receives instruction from a CLS bank, okay, to fund Japanese yen 5 lakhs by 7 a.m. to CLS bank. This one. So CLS bank has given instruction to bank JBL to pay us 5 lakhs by 7 a.m. That bank, just give me guys 1 second, okay. Okay, sorry guys. So I was saying here, send bank GB2L means this our bank, send this MT202 message to bank JPJT, MT2 message to bank. अरे यार, again 1 minute, sorry. Okay, sorry again. This MT202 is getting credited to his bank, to his Nostro account JPJT, indicating that funds need to be created in CLS account by 7 a.m. So from this bank, this fund is getting credited to CLS account. That is the flow. Simple flow is here. Okay. So yesterday I told you, right? This is the Swift examples are very complicated, and MT101, MT103, and MT202. Uh, I started writing the flow, but I don't have ready yet with me. So these flows are very simple. If I say you, what is simple is that it is transferring from one bank to another bank, which is facing it in outside the country. Like just no example I show you is simple as that. See here they have changed the wording here that by 7 a.m. by floating index indicating. Okay, this very make it a complicated thing because Swift has to be a very complicated thing. They want to interpret it like that. That's why it's like that. Okay, sends JPY correspondent bank to this bank at 7 p.m. and this is the that here. Okay, got it. So this is the okay. This is the flow of MT202. Are we good till now? Example is pending with me. That's it. MT202, MT103. I mean to say a real time example. This is a very complicated example, but simple examples are with me, and I'm going to take you as soon as possible in next session for this one. Are you there, guys? Okay. So at very high level, MT202 between two banks, different countries. Okay, simple. At very high level, if you want to understand, very simple, it's like that. MT202 cover now. Okay, now I am going to discuss with you MT202 cover. Okay, do I have a diagram with me, which is very simple diagram, MT202 cover. Okay, it's here, but I want to show you a more simple diagram of MT202 cover. Okay, let me quickly see if I can find. Can you able to see this diagram properly, everyone? Or shall I make it more bigger? Uh, okay, what about the above one? Okay, only in above one, two words are missing. That is sender bank and receiver bank. Why should we make a compromise? Now, okay. So normally payments has two flow for bank. One is cover, one is serial. Okay. The flow which you are just looking at now, this is a cover payment, and serial flow is there where the below part MT103 announcement is not there. Okay, so directly your funds are moving from sender here to receiver Wells Fargo 57 account institution and like this. So the below part is not there. Okay, so normally this kind of discussion questions may come out that can you explain us serial and cover payment method of MT202. Okay, before going into the detailed discussion on this, I will just tell you now what is MT102 announcement and what is MT202 cover. Okay, we have already discussed lot of time. There is a sender's correspondent and receiver correspondent. Okay, already we have saw a lot of time. Guys, give me. Okay, I don't know why my phone ringing continuously today. Give me 1 minute. Okay, so already we have discussed senders correspondent and receiver correspondent. Okay, so now here um, field 50A means your company or yourself. Okay, field 50 means your name, company's name or your name. When you say field 50A, it is now MT103 message which is passing, which is sender from a bank. So bank is from bank, you are sending 103 and it is getting converted into MT202 cover on the upper side. See input output through a Swift network, and it is received by Wells Fargo. Again it is MT202. The bank to bank. Okay, one more thing. When bank to bank flow is happening, it is always happening MT202 or MT202 cover. Okay, keep in mind that thing. When receiver Wells Fargo and Bank of New York Mellon both are getting payment in MT202 core only. See the above one here. Okay. Again, but now it's time for beneficiary should know that your payment has been credited or debited. So this time there is one more series of messages called MT910 or 950. Okay, got it. But now our main question is there, why we are using MT202 core. I just explained you before that what is the process of MT202 core. Again a simple payment method. See what happened. Now there are two correspondents here. Okay. Um, which are two correspondents? I just want to check it that you are here or not. Which are two correspondents? Name of that. Everyone has to tell me. Okay. And another correspondence? Shruti, Mahima? Yes. Bank of New York Mellon is another correspondence. Okay. So senders correspondent, receiver correspondent. See what happened. Now is only two correspondents, but sometimes there are n number of correspondents, 4, 5, 6, that. Okay. And every bank, for example, Wells Fargo or Bank of New York Mellon has some charge fees or currency conversion is involved in that. Okay, so they will put some their charges, they will do currency conversion as per their regulatories. Okay, there is no systematic um, rules they may follow for the conversation. Okay, so your receiver, receiver is field 58A. See the downside, Santander Bank receiver is field 50A. It may receive the money not as per what you says. Okay, it may receive some different amount of money. Okay, for example, you have sent 100 pound from your field 50A company sender MT103 and it receive 95 field 58A. So how do field 58A ensures that, means your Santander Bank and your company field 59A person name, which ensure that the same amount we should have received, whatever is sent. I mean to say, we should have received 100 euro only. So what is the method for that? So again, Mahima will say or Shruti will say, I will directly call the company's owner and I will tell on the call that, okay, we have sent you 100 pound. Please see it received or not you. Okay, that information maybe you do. But same thing, instead of doing physically or by manually, there is one more system is introduced here, that is called MT103 announcement message. Okay, so what MT103 announcement message does, it will send the list of information that who is beneficiary, who is sender, what is the inside data on that, and what is the exactly settlement amount is going to be received. So that amount is getting received by field 58A of Santander Bank. So before your payment reach, actual money reach to your bank, this announcement reach to you, then you are ensured that we are getting money of 100 pound. Though if this 202 cover is sending you 98 pound, then you can raise a question to the network that I have received 2 pound less. To do that reconciliation, to do that settlement check or 4i check, this MT103 announcement has been introduced for the 202 cover. I am taking a pause now of 1 minute. This explanation I have given to you. Let me know how much you digested. Okay. See, normally nowadays 103 MT202 cover are compulsory by Swift network. So um, it will hardly happen that MT202 they are sending. Yeah, if between same currency and same country, same bank will send to MT202. But if you are sending cross-border payment and many correspondence involved in there, so bank has already made mandate that only you have to set by MT202 cover. Okay, okay, and that is the beauty of the product called Swift. Whenever you are sending the payment, right, at that time only it will calculate all the charges of each and every bank is filling, receiver and fills at that time only. Okay, but that's why my question. That's why I have explained you sometime before. So receiver bank, for example, is charging £5. Okay, receiver correspondent and account sender correspondent is charging £5. Okay, and that is a standard one, and that is already mentioned in senders data. But somehow they have deducted 10 pound. Okay, and you have received only £80. But now you can calculate with your MT103 message that only 5 pound means £90 should have received, and they have deducted more charges. So you can claim it. You can raise a question for that. That's it here. Yeah. What about Mahima and Shruti? Got something. Good answer. um, I can explain one more time. Not today, but tomorrow. Why? Try to remember what exactly I told you today. First thing, between two banks, if you are sending payment within the same country and same account, sorry, same person with different account, HDFC Bank to ICICI Bank within India, name of the person Shruti, last name XYZ, Shruti, last name XYZ, that payment is MT200. Got it? Very simple. When you are sending payment from India to UK, not you, if a bank sending payment from India, HDFC Bank to UK HDFC Bank, sorry, UK Citibank, okay, and your company is sending the, for example, company is involved is here, then a plain message is sent MT202 between two banks, and Nostro Ostro concept will be applied here, okay, but currency has changed because correspondence may be involved and currency has changed, okay, between two banks. Now, if you want to ensure that our payment can be should have reached safely with your data inside that amount charges deducted clearly or not, and your reconciliation settlement, for that you have to verify that, then at that time you have to send announcement, that is MT103 announcement via Swift. Are you good here? Yeah. Come again the question, how can account in different bank, right? No, MT200, yeah, okay, MT200, not the MT202. Okay, got it. Okay, okay, got it. Go again. Okay, by the beak, that is one thing. Okay, by the beak, right? Sender receiver bank, and another thing is that when because you are sending instruction to your bank to credit to my another bank. Okay, and now don't consider this as a example where um, wait a minute, I will open that one. So will MT200, right? So whenever you do these transactions, okay, um, did you try these things once you open ICICI bank account, for example, in your bank, you have already beneficiary of HDFC bank with your name only. Okay, so at that time, are you giving the name again of that person while sending the payment? What do you select? You just select the store data of BIC and account number, right? Okay, okay, the same concept apply here as well. So when you are sending, this data is stored in that particular branch, that my account is there in another bank, only he will mention the BIC address, and this information will give sender to receive information that deposit this amount to my bank account. That's it. Okay, that's it, nothing else. Only I will say that debit my HDFC bank and reduce this information is given to here. Okay, okay, our more focus now 202 cover. But did you understand this 202 cover, right? I want you to understand this 202 cover. This is very pretty good. Now I will read out whatever we have learned. This is simple one. After the introduction and analysis of Swift cover and serial payment, Swift cover and serial payment, Swift cover and serial payment. Okay, now I will try to read out. Swift serial and cover payments originate from the two methods that is used in settling transactions for correspondent banking. The serial method and the cover method. What are the two methods and how they work? Serial and cover payment in nutshell. Cover method. Two messages are initiated by the sender to settle the funds. Two message MT103, MT202. One message is used to inform the creditor bank that funds are coming, that is MT103. It is called announcement. One message used to inform the creditor bank that funds are coming. It is called an announcement. Got it? The other message called cover message. The cover message is actually moving the fund between corresponding account. Clear? This is cover. This will also remind me that we have discussed that part. This is cover. And only one message initiated by the sender to settle the fund. This message move the party to the next in the payment chain until it reaches to initial bank. This is serial method. Okay, I am repeating once again. This is very important, both of you. That's why I'm highlighting here in WhatsApp as well. And this definitely going to be asked when you are discussing with someone. Okay, how it is working. Serial and cover payment analysis. The cover method. We'll repeat once again. When the cover method is used, the party, usually a bank that transferred the fund, initiate two payments: an announcement, that is MT103, the below one, and the customer transfer MT202 announcement, means this customer transfer, actual amount of the financial institution transfer, and cover method. The picture below illustrates the message sent from a customer transfer of a financial institution transfer. MT202 announcement will be exchanged between the debtor bank and the creditor bank. The sender bank and receiver bank. They got debtor and creditor. Debtor and creditor are the new wordings in ISO20022. Okay, the remaining same. The announcement is sent to the beneficiary bank to announce that funds are coming for a specific beneficiary. This announcement MT103 is that funds are coming for specific beneficiary. This is called announcement. The announcement does not carry the funds. Means is MT103 does not carry the funds. Okay, I'm repeating again. It's only announcement. Means it's not calculating the funds. It is just inform the bank of the beneficiary that funds are coming, for which the beneficiary and the correspondent of the beneficiary bank that will receive the fund. That is why it is called announcement. Okay, the funds are coming for which beneficiary and the correspondent of the beneficiary that will receive the fund. That is why it is called announcement. So this is meaning of that. It just inform that funds are coming. Now at the other side, the cover payment is sent by the sender to its correspondent, by sender to its correspondent, sender bank to the correspondence bank 53A, from sender bank to 53A correspondent bank. Please debit my account, and you hold the credit account for the bank's beneficiary with a correspondence. Means just giving instruction, debit my account and credit to the correspondent bank account. Okay, same country or zone. So the payment may go through local clearing system and not through the SWIFT. You can see in the picture. Okay, I'll do example now. Central bank will say debit my account and credit to field 53A of USD, for example USA. So from sender's correspondent to receiver correspondent, payment will go serial and within a same currency. We already discussed, because both carry the USD currency. For example, we mentioned USD here, USD currency. So payment will go serial here. From 53A it will go to 54A, because 54A receiver correspondence is the receiver's correspondent here. Same mention here. So the payment may go through a local clearing system and not through the SWIFT. Okay. So between field 53A and field 54A, there is one more local clearing system is going to be introduced. I'm not going to discuss it now, but just giving you the name. It's called HVPS, High Value Payment System. HVPS Plus. You maybe have seen somewhere HVPS. HVPS, High Value Payment System. In HVPS, the currency is transferring between two banks which having the same currency. Okay, so high value payment system. It's called local currency. Or maybe Target 2 or Fedwire is a local currency. We'll use to settle the payment between the banks. Most of the time, the announcement is created and sent before the cover. Right? We have discussed. Announcement is sent before cover, but it is theoretically possible to do opposite. On the receiving side, announcement always reaches the creditor bank before cover. Okay, that's correct. Receiver first. But it happens that cover arrives before the announcement, and that should always be foreseen in X border payment. Again, it's matching only. When beneficiary bank receives the announcement, it might already credit its customer even if the funds the cover have not arrived. Yes, it depends on many area. Not important. So this is why MT950 will discuss later. There's a separate messaging system. But did you understand now? Cover payment. Do you understand now? Cover payment. Okay. I repeated it twice now with one example which is given here. I am going to discuss now this also now. It is not discussed just now, but I am going to already I have discussed this thing. Only we are not sending MT103 cover here. Only serial method. Okay. And this is we have discussed why. Oh, both are same. Hmm. Yeah. Normally, as I said sometime before to you, right? Normally, Swift has made as compulsory to send. Okay. Oh, yeah, I already copied a good one. Okay. So Swift has made compulsory to send now. So this is old reference number. That's why it's mentioned. Serial method. Oh my God. I'm such a fool. I'm copying same text again and again. I should have copied this one. Serial method and cover method. Okay. Now what is serial method? By the way, it's not mentioned in this document what is serial and cover method, but we are discussing now because we want to understand this question pattern of the discussion. What is serial cover and what is okay, I have already written here as well. Okay, we'll go through this also one more time. When the cover method is used, serial cover method. When this method is used, when serial method is used, the party bank that transfer the fund initiate only one payment. Okay, so now we have see two payment initiate. Now it only initiate one payment. The MT103 serial for the customer transfer or MT202 final institution transfer. The below picture illustrates message. Okay, so there are two payment we initiate, but here only one payment is initiated, which they are saying here to us. So the picture below illustrates that message sent from a customer transfer for a financial institution MT202 would be sent instead. So here from the sender bank only MT103 is sent. Okay, MT103 is sent and MT103 is sent. Here customer MT202 will be sent instead. I think this is some printing mistake or something like that. Why it's mentioned MT103 here? The funds move from one party to another fund reaches the financial the customer payment. The sender sends MT103 serial to correspondence. Its correspondent debit account transfer the fund from the intermediate institution. The correspondence of the beneficiary bank, most of the time beneficiary bank. Okay, MT103, MT103. See, the statement is contradictory here. The MT203 will be set instead. But here they have mentioned the flow of MT103. Okay, so that's why I don't believe on this text now. Why they have mentioned MT103 here? Why not MT202 here? Okay, the movements of fund between correspondent account, let it be. We will see our Bible. Why we should rely on them? MT202 here. Okay, one more thing. When we are using the in block 3, we have to mention 119 tag and we have to mention cover. Right? Do you remember, right? We have, I told you that time, we have to mention 119 and code COV in our block 3 that time 119 and in curly brackets for your cover payment. Okay, and UATR always there, no need of this discussion. UATR must be changed. Okay, this one example. These examples are very complicated. That's why don't want to tell you. See here they mention properly. Only MT202 cover has been sent, but this is serial method. No, we want only serial method. Okay, let it be. I don't want to waste time on this now. I will find out a good example of MT202 cover, sorry, serial method, MT101 and MT103, three together, simple one, instead of getting complicated here. Okay. So I will find out for this one. So timing be with let it be with me. Okay, so what we'll do now, we'll understand the fields of. Okay, by the way, did you understand this MT202 cover? I will remove this one. It's simple, right? Okay, MT202 cover. Only example is pending with me, but um, you have to explain in all the discussion this only. I will give you in nicely created document with clear understanding of this one with picture. I will give the document of this how this is working. But now only I explain you that how MT202 cover work. Okay, that at will share with you. Okay, so now we have reached to the another part of our payment system. But before that, I will just quickly read out to you cover. The message is sent by the institution, sequence A, sequence B, interbank transfer. We already discussed this thing. What are the tags of this one? 2021A. Okay. Now I want to tell you now one more important thing here. Sometimes um, sometimes in payments there is a concept called sequence A and sequence B. Sequence A and sequence B of the payment. Okay. So for example, here is mentioned end of sequence A, and here is mentioned mandatory sequence B underline. So here the fields which are getting repeated somewhere, so they are mentioned in a different sequence. For example, transaction reference number here is a unique field. Okay, so this is not going to repeat it. This reference is also same, time is same, date currency is same, ordering institution means your ordering bank is same, senders correspondence optional, 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 receiver beneficiary is optional, mandatory, this one. But if you come here, ordering customer, ordering customer maybe have multiple values, maybe. That's why it is mentioned in sequence B. Okay, how that happens? Don't worry on that part now. But does this word come out sequence A and sequence B? That's why I'm telling you now. 52A means your ordering institution. See, it's mentioned here as well. That's why it's mentioned optional here. So it may be have two ordering institution, two or three, means you have different payment chain, so that's why it is mentioned in sequence B. So sequence B normally, which I studied as per swift guidelines, sequence B has values more than one. There may be 50A means who are sending the payment maybe one or two. Okay, 52A one or two or three, 56A correspondence we have one or two, like that. Okay, and beneficiary customer maybe one or two, like that. So these values are multiple values in a single customer, maybe multiple values are there. So that's why this is sequencing part. Got it? This is sequence A and sequence B. Now just now we have discussed of MT202 cover method payment. Okay, so I don't want to take it you again, and this example is very oh,